Hi everyone, thanks for attending this presentation. This case study is about our passion to conduct smart home research at scale in the pandemic era by reshaping the traditional research pipeline. I am the first author, Heesuk, and this work has been conducted with my MIT Lab colleagues. During the COVID-19 pandemic, people spend more time than ever in their homes. Even though the pandemic situation has been improving, people are still working from home and spending majority of their times in their homes. The adoption of new routines and lifestyles is intensifying people's needs around convenience, remote connections, and caregiving. Obviously, this is the time for smart home researchers to show the impact of their works. For the last couple of decades, data-driven smart home research has been conducted from diverse perspectives. The typical research pipeline includes testbed construction for data collection and personalized service provision, which requires a research team to visit a participant's home to configure the network, install sensors, and smart objects. However, such practice makes the research not scalable, and the research output have been tested only in restricted settings. In addition, the COVID-19 pandemic poses additional challenges as in-person visits are discouraged to ensure public safety. Therefore, we should reshape the overall research pipeline in a scalable and safe manner. There have been attempts to tackle the scalability issue by presenting an easy-to-install smart home kit or crowdsourcing-based smart home data collection techniques. However, these works require a high degree of technical knowledge from participants, which is likely to lead to high user failure, and it could also result in exclusion of key user profiles that could especially benefit from the use of smart home technologies, such as older adults. Furthermore, existing research systems have limited interoperability with third-party devices or services. In this case study, we removed the needs for in-person visits by shipping the smart home prototype to participants. The testbed will be constructed by the participants, and such self-installation procedure is easy and transparent. All the maintenance and the interactions are done remotely, and the closed system become open and interoperable with the third-party devices and services. This change makes the research method more scalable, safe, low-cost, and highly acceptable. First, we designed a smart home platform architecture composed of 5 building blocks. The IoT device platform connects sensors and actuators to manipulate the data flow and control logic between the home environment and the smart home system. All recorded data from the IoT devices are sent to smart home data server. The intelligence core includes machine learning and data analysis modules to infer in-home situations and user behavior. The integration platform connects these 3 building blocks and third-party smart home products. Lastly, the smart home front end provides its user with the information about their homes while facilitating the remote system monitoring and data analysis by the researchers. We analyzed the critical smart home use cases to decide how to implement the architecture and prototypes in detail. In this process, we discussed with 11 interviewees that we hired from our database and our consortium partners, and finally derived the 3 use cases for our prototyping targets. Our low-cost prototype is composed of a power strip to collect electricity usage data, Google Assistant or Android tablet for user interaction, and a particle multi-sensor kit that we produced using 6 ambient sensors. This design choice enables us to have complete control over the data collection and remote software update. We developed a home dashboard application as a smart home front end. It enables smart home users to understand in-home environments and their activities, as well as to interact with the deployed kits. We also put a special care to make a user instruction that helps the participants complete the installation by themselves. The instruction first explains the purpose of each component and its attached hardware modules to make the users understand which benefits they can gain from using the kit. For each user, an account was created in advance. This process was designed to reduce potential privacy concerns as participants are not required to use their personal accounts, and this could also simplify the installation procedure. Upon the preparation of all the prototypes and instruction documents, they were put together as a package and shipped to the participants' homes. Then, the participant checks for missing or damaged pieces. Once confirming that everything's fine, the participant begins the self-installation process. As negative early experiences can deter a successful long-term acceptance, a careful evaluation of the initial user experience, including ease of learning, is crucial for scalable smart home research. In this work, we conducted a pilot study and 2 rounds of field studies. After the self-installation, the participants answered a questionnaire about their experience and feedback. The pilot study was conducted with a convenient sample of 8 participants to identify risks in the self-isolation and remote operation before running an expansive and large-scale field study across the country. We recruited those with no computer science degree or prior experience with employed devices to minimize possible bias. The Smart Kit packages have been sent to 6 different states. Such a geographical distribution helped the study evaluate if the proposed research pipeline and method are applicable to the participants living at a far distance. When recruiting participants for the field study, we asked a set of screening questions to understand their technology-related background. In general, the participants, with a few exceptions, considered themselves experienced and interested in technology. In addition, participants were generally open to technology adoption with a high level of trust. Participants' responses for the questions about the ease and duration of self-installation show that our prototype kit was somewhat or extremely easy to install. In the pilot study, no participant reported a negative response for the questions. In the field study, most participants answered that the installation was very easy. However, in the first round, 3 participants considered the sensor module's installation difficult. As a result, it harmed the overall ease of installation. From the participants' feedback, we found that the sensor module's pairing malfunctioned, and it frustrated the participants. Such flaw was fixed in the second round, and this refinement improved the perceived easiness. We also observed clear differences in the perceived ease of installation between the younger and older participants. Overall, the perceived easiness by older participants is lower than younger participants in all components. The installation duration analysis suggests a possible explanation for it. More specifically, the sum of duration taken by older participants was 56.9% longer than younger participants. This clear gap could contribute to the difference, and we should focus on reducing the duration to improve the easiness. We analyzed the impact of participants' technology-related background on the perceived ease of installation using the Spearman's correlation coefficient. From the coefficient values, it is shown that levels of participants' interest in learning new technologies and tendency to only adopt new technologies affect the perceived easiness. Especially, sensor modules installation was affected by all 5 dimensions. The participants showed mixed responses about the perceived privacy level, while a little more participants answered that the prototype kit might put their privacy at risk to a certain extent. In addition, majority of participants responded that the prototype kit would be practically useful, easy to use, and work with other systems they already have. The survey results also show that participants were generally satisfied with the smart home prototype kit and installation process. We also observed that the instruction document contributed to this high level of satisfaction. Other than these findings, we discussed these 6 important topics in the paper. So if you are interested in these topics, please visit our paper and feel free to bring your idea. So this is our conclusion. This case study addressed the scalability issues in the traditional smart home research, as well as the increased need for safer research procedures. We developed a deliverable smart home platform prototype and evaluated its user-driven installation and remote support. The evaluation revealed that the prototype design and the installation process facilitated a seamless initial experience with very little confusion. Thank you for your attention, and we look forward to discussing more with all of you in CSCW 2022. Thank you.